Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Spider Den. This is Taylor here, and today I'm going to be going over a plot synopsis of the Legacy of Kain series. Now the story itself is pretty lengthy, going over the course of 5 games. It involves a lot of time travel, philosophy, and the ramifications of defying fate. I'm going to do the best I can to slim the story down for you guys, so strap in as we dive into the story of Legacy of Kain. We begin the story with an assault on the Seraphan Brotherhood stronghold. The vampire Vorador invades and kills 6 of the Circle of 9, holy sorcerers who are dedicated to preserving the balance of the land of Nosgoth. For failing to protect the Circle, the paladin Malik, who is also the guardian of conflict, is bound to his suit of armor, never to enjoy the pleasures of the flesh again, and being sentenced to serve the Circle of 9 for eternity. We then cut to a couple centuries later, where the current balance guardian Ariel is cut down by an unknown assailant. Her lover Nupraptor, the guardian of the mind, discovers her body and is stricken mad with grief. This grief causes an infection to spill over into the other guardians and infects the pillars of Nosgoth, which are physical representations of their status as guardians and also help preserve the health of the land of Nosgoth. 30 years later, the nobleman Kain is slain by a group of assassins and sent to the underworld, where he is offered a choice by the guardian of death Mortanius to take his vengeance upon his assailants. He takes this offer without question and is resurrected as a vampire. Now inflicted with an insatiable hunger for blood, Kain hunts down his assailants and slaughters each of them without any effort. Reveling in his victory, he believes his mission over, only to be told by Mortanius that these were only the instruments of his death, not the cause, and is told to seek out the Pillars of Nosgoth. Upon reaching the Pillars of Nosgoth, Kain discovers the spirit of Ariel, racked with grief over her murder and the corruption of the Circle, and she tasks Kain to hunt down and slay the Circle of 9, thereby restoring each of their respective pillars to its pure state. Unconcerned with the fate of the world, Kain reluctantly accepts the role of executioner and begins his quest to slaughter the Circle of 9. Upon seeking out the Oracle of Nosgoth and being gifted with a strange device, Kain was told to seek out the vampire Vorador, who regaled him with his slaughter of the Circle of 9, and upon entering Vorador's mansion was greeted with a visage of what he will one day become, a decadent, old god, reliant on the sacrifices of the human cattle of Nosgoth. Vorador then gifts Kain with a signet ring and tells him to use it to summon him when he has need. This time would soon come when Kain took on the likes of Malek, the conflict guardian, Bane, the nature guardian, and Dejul, the energy guardian. Vorador takes on Malek while Kain assails the other 2 guardians and claims their pillar tokens. Kain returns to find Malek had been slain by the vampire Vorador and claims his helmet as his pillar token and returns to the Pillars of Nosgoth to restore their pillars. Upon reaching the pillars, Ariel instructs Kain to go to the city of Avernus, where Azimuth, the Dimension Guardian, resides. Upon doing so, he finds the city in flames and ventures towards the cathedral at its heart. Upon entering the labyrinth of dimensional gateways, Kain discovers the legendary Soul Reaver blade, which is said to consume the souls of its victims. Naming the blade Kindred, he slays the Dimension Guardian Azimuth. Kain then claims her third eye medallion as well as the time stream device that she uses to summon demons from other ages. Restoring Azimuth's pillar, Kain then travels to the lands of King Otmar to assist him in dealing with the Nemesis, whom is a tyrant hell-bent on conquering the lands of Nosgoth. With the armies of the Last Hope dwindling, Kain uses the time-streaming device he obtained to travel back to a time before the Nemesis had become his tyrant self. When Kain had traveled back, he had discovered that the Nemesis was actually the boy King William the Just, who had been seeking counsel from the Oracle of Nosgoth, later revealed to be Mobius, the Guardian of Time. Mobius ensures that William is armed with the Soul Reaver as well, informing him that a vampire assassin is on his way to slay him. Kain wastes no time confronting William in a duel to the death. This battle ends with William's Reaver being broken in half and the young boy king being slain. This creates the first of many paradoxes within the land of Nosgoth. Upon returning to the present day, Kain discovers that a mercenary army has slain all of the vampire populace of Nosgoth. He witnesses the execution of Vorador and slays the time streamer Mobius, restoring his pillar. Kain then makes his return to the pillars, discovering Mortanius, later to be revealed as the Guardian of Death, slaying Anacroth, the Guardian of States, in a frenzy, claiming that the circle must be cleansed. Kain approaches Mortanius, furious over the fact that the necromancer had lied to him and resurrected him as a monster. Mortanius then transforms into a beast known as the Dark Entity, and he and Kain do battle, eventually with Kain emerging victorious. However, as he died, Mortanius claimed that Kain had to take one more life before his mission was complete. And he was correct, as Ariel presented Kain with the knowledge that he was the last guardian, the guardian of balance, succeeding Ariel at the moment of her death. And at that point, Kain had a choice to make. Sacrifice himself, restoring the pillar of balance, and restoring Nosgoth to its pristine state, or refuse the sacrifice, preserving his life and that of the vampire race, but condemning the land of Nosgoth to an eternity of collapse. At his whim, the world could be healed or damned. At his whim. Disgusted with the lies and how he'd been used as a puppet, Kain refused the sacrifice and embraced his vampirism for the first time, becoming Nosgoth's self-proclaimed monarch, believing the words of Vorador, that they were gods, dark gods, and it was their duty to thin the human herd. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for following me through my coverage of Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain. Stay tuned for my coverage of Soul Reaver, and don't forget, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, make sure you guys have notifications on, and comment your favorite Legacy of Kain game in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. See you next time.